Today, let's talk about registering or transferring a land title into the names of a minor. A minor, according to the laws of Uganda, means a child who is not yet 18 years old. The Constitution allows that. As long as the child is a Ugandan citizen, it means you can transfer or register a land title in his or her name. All they need is an identification document to show that they are citizens. It can be either a passport or a national ID. As a parent, you can take that national ID or a passport to the registry of lands with the land title and sign the transfer forms on the child's behalf, and the land will be registered or transferred into the names of this child. When this happens, on the land title, it will be indicated that the title is registered in the names of a child or a minor until such and such a date, depending upon the age of the child. So it will be clear which year this child will become an adult. That means that when the child becomes an adult, automatically he or she will be able to transact on his own, can do anything with the land title, can transfer it, can get a mortgage, a loan on it, and so on. But if that year has not yet reached, even as a parent, you cannot easily sell that land or get a loan on it or do any other thing with that land title. This is because the minor, the child, cannot make decisions on their own, informed decisions. They are not yet at the age of consent where they can make rational decisions. So if you put your child on the title and later you want to sell this land, it's not as easy as it seems. You'll have to first get a court order, a guardianship court order. You'll have to convince a judge about the reason why you want to sell this land. Remember, some of the reasons why children are put on the titles is to safeguard their future. Let's say a man and a woman have separated, but they have a child. And they say, okay, let this plot of land be there to safeguard the future of the child. Let's be sure that this child will be catered for. So that is why removing the child is not easy. In fact, both parents have to be present. The judge will require to hear from them and see, why did you put the child on the title, and why are you removing the child on the title, or why are you trying to transfer it or to sell it? So you'll have to explain that actually the child's future is still safeguarded. There are other properties that you have that can take care of a child. So when the judge is convinced, that is when they will allow you to remove the child. Otherwise, if the judge is not convinced, he can stop you from selling that land, even when it is yours. So when you're putting a child on the title, know the implication. And this is one of the ways of safeguarding your land, by the way. Like people who are abroad, you want to be sure that nothing will ever happen to your land. Put your child. That means nobody without a court order will be able to transfer that land. So that is one of the ways of protecting your land in case where you think that maybe somebody can do something about it. Like there are people who are kadamas, you have bought your land and the title is kept by your brother or your sister or your mother or your auntie, and you know they could easily sell that land and transfer it without your knowledge. If you put your child on that title, they cannot do anything about it without the guardianship court order. But please, don't put your child if you want to sell it quickly, because it can frustrate when you're running up and down looking for that court order. If it is land that you're going to keep for a very long time, that is very okay. Not the land that you're going to sell quickly, because the process of a court order will delay you. This advice also goes to people that are non-Ugandan. There are many Sudanese, South Sudanese, Ethiopians, Eritreans, Kenyans, South Africans, Europeans, Americans. You're here in Uganda. You want to know how you can transfer land to yourself from the original owner. The easiest way, if you have produced a child in Uganda, it is to transfer that land to the child that you produce in Uganda. Because you know there are different kinds of citizenship. There is citizenship by descent. You somehow originate in a country. There is also citizenship by birth. So when your child is born in Uganda, even if you're not a Ugandan, that child becomes a Ugandan automatically. So you can transfer your land title into the name of that child. I believe that's why Ugandan politicians always make sure that their wives produce children from abroad, Germany, the UK, Netherlands, the USA, and so on. They want those children to be citizens there because they are born there. They have a birth certificate that can prove that they were born there, and therefore they acquire citizenship. I am Robert Bake, Mr. Inspiration. Please support Win-Win Properties. We deal in land and houses, very genuine. You pay and your land title is there, you go with it. In fact, you pay when you have seen your land title. And some of the properties, we accept installments. You can always reach me on the phone numbers indicated in the bio of this account. Those are my personal numbers, so you'll be interacting with me. And please, those who just send messages and say hi, hey, hello, what's up, please know that I am a busy person. I'm serving the nation. So when you send a message, please say hello and then go to the point. Don't just send a hi. Sometimes I ignore, not because I am insensitive, but because I have to prioritize my time to serve the people. I sit at Obunuzi restaurant in Wandegea. That's my other business. Some of you ask, where is your office? I sit at Obunuzi restaurant. It is in Wandegea, opposite the main gate of YMCA. Come and support me. Even my other businesses like Win-Win Microfinance and also World of Inspiration Publishers, that's where I run them from. I love you so much.